FamilyAffaires.com contributor, Dr. Dan Gottlieb. Hi, Dr. Dan.
Hey, Roseanne. It's good to be with you.
It's great to be here with you. Dr. Dan, you told me recently that you were asked to go and speak to a classroom of fifth graders. And through speaking to the children, you really came to the realization of what is really important to children.
I wasn't asked to speak to them. It was the opposite. I was asked to be interviewed.
Oh, they interviewed
by these
you.
Kids.
Okay.
Yeah. And as such, they had to research my background.
Okay.
And they interviewed me, and there was one rule I had to abide by. I couldn't ask any questions.
That must have been hard for you.
Yeah, I just had to answer their questions. And they asked me some questions that were quite provocative.
Really?
Yeah. About how and why I became a psychologist. And some of it I wasn't going to tell them because, it was born out of trauma that I didn't want to share. And they asked me, and this was interesting, my greatest accomplishment, that nobody's ever asked me that.
Really?
Yeah, and I never thought about it. So there I was saying, give me a minute here. Mm-hmm. Now there's these 5 kids waiting for my answer. There's 20 or 30 of their classmates watching. They're the audience. And there's their parents, some teachers, principals. So I came up with the answer. Because in that time I scanned back over my career, my life, and yeah, I accomplished a lot. I couldn't find a greatest. None of it meant all that to me. So, and I think what threw me off was the word greatest and that personal pronoun. Mm-hmm. What did you, Dan Gottlieb? And I said, what I'm most proud of is that whatever I have inside, I've been able to use to help others. That what my life is about is kindness. And I believe that maybe some people are more kind as a result of what I've taught or therapized or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what I feel the best about. Of course, my kids and my grandson, but they're not achievements.
No. No.
The other question they asked, and this shook me up for days, what's my greatest regret in life? That shook me. Think of it. Mm-hmm. What's yours, And I thought of a couple. But then I thought, what if I changed one of them? Any one of them? I wouldn't be where I am today.
That's right.
Today I'm happy. Stephen King wrote a book about that, around the killing of Kennedy. So, I've done some things I feel regret about, but I wouldn't change it. So, then the next day I get an email from the teacher. And she said a girl came up to her crying who was in the audience. And she said, somebody was just mean to me. Wouldn't answer me when I asked a question. And she was crying and she said, they weren't listening to what Dr. Dan said. That we need to be kind, it makes us feel better. So, what do I learn from kids? And what do kids really want? They want kindness. They want what we want. Mm-hmm. They want good relationships, ideally with their parents. They want to feel safe. They want exactly what we want.
And those are all things, coming on, the holidays are almost here, right? We're so very close to it. And those are things that they don't cost anything to give to our kids, to give them time, to pay attention, to listen, and really they want to be heard.
Right. Right. And they want to feel safe, and they want to feel safe to feel and think whatever they want to feel and think, just like the rest of us.
Sure.
In any relationship. I'm involved with the Boys and Girls Club of Camden. I've been involved for years. And I was at their Christmas event, and I got to hanging out with a kid in East Camden, and he lived right near where there was a brutal murder a couple days earlier. And I said to him, "What do you really want for Christmas?" And he said, when we got alone, he said, "You know what I really want?" He said, "I want to have a Christmas party with my mom and dad together and our whole family there in the same place." This is a kid that was living in abject poverty,
Wow.
in an unsafe neighborhood, all sorts of problems. And all he wanted was family together.
Right, a sense of family. And whether the parents are together or not, that they might be divorced, but really just to have everybody together. And again, that's not a difficult thing to do for a kid.
Right. It's an act of love.
Right.
It's an act of love. Kindness.
Right.
That's what they want. Kindness.
And you